Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I saw that in a movie.
Doing that. How fun.
Yeah. Let's see if we're live. I think we are about to go live. It's very strange, though, because sometimes it doesn't matter. No one cares about the behind the scenes. Bunny, will you do me the honors of checking your YouTube and seeing if we are live? I'm almost certain we are.
We are.
We are live. Welcome, my little people who live in the walls to the the I still have fucking Zach procrastinates on the gurney. I was going to change that this weekend. But Zach, we love you, buddy. Sorry, I'll take you off very, very soon. Here we go. Welcome to Madhouse. We had a
dude from Local on for way too long.
Yeah, I know we did. We had who was it, Mooch or something? You know. Yeah. Here we go. I like how Alien Bobcorn thinks he can come in here and start trolling. It's like, Bobcorn, bitch. You know, we're the only people who talk to you all day long. You better be nice to us. God damn it. We'll start getting that parasocial shit going. We gotta be careful.
I'm parasocial with everybody. I love everybody.
Good for you. I heard you cried this weekend. Don't get into it yet, but I heard. Am I right that you cried?
I did a little tear.
Yeah, it
was on accident.
You're a baby. Welcome, delightful, delinquent friends. Welcome to the best show on the internet, the best show on YouTube. It is called Madhouse. There, because tech's off. Oh, fuck it. Tech's off, so now it messes up our cameras. Thanks, Tex. Thanks for nothing. There we go. Welcome to Madhouse, my delightful friends. Before we get started, I do want to let you know that I live in a house filled with racists. How do I know this? Because I went to the grocery store over the weekend. I bought a bag of Tootsie Roll Pops. I love Tootsie Roll Pops. All that's left are the people of color ones, the brown ones. Everyone, I don't even understand. Oh. I like the brown Tootsie Roll Pops. Maybe I told you guys I'm the most progressive guy you goddamn know. Welcome to the show. Bunny, how are you doing? You look delightful. You look fun. No, that's not a nice thing to say to a lady. The first thing you see is you compliment their looks. I don't know if that's a good idea or not. Bunny, you look like you've got some really sharp ideas to share tonight. And I know that you have an interesting weekend based on what you did this weekend in terms of your response to our main topic tonight. So that is the first thing I'll say to you. The second thing I'll say to you is, let's see your boobs.
I got something even better.
What you got? What you got? Yeah,
way better.
All right, let's see. I don't know about that.
This is my new jewelry box, jewelry box, and it's being guarded by the cutest little mouse king you've ever seen.
What is in there? Is that a piece of cheese?
Yeah.
But what's inside the box?
It's just my jewelry.
Oh, cute. Did you just buy that this week?
Yeah, I got it.
Look at him. You're so funny. That's delightful. It's delightful. I thought brown was the only color, says Derek. Well, no, they actually color the Pops, but they are flavored. If you're talking about Tootsie Rolls, but the Tootsie Roll Pops, yeah, that's a very cute thing, Bunny. Very cute little jewelry box. There's a girl I liked a lot in high school. Her name was Melanie, and I bought her a music box. Remember going to the store called the San Francisco Music Box Company, and I bought her some stupid fucking music box. I was such a dork. I was don't. You're gonna tell all the boys watching this show. You're gonna give them the wrong idea. Young men should not be raised on rom-coms. Now, I happen to love rom-coms. I loved them. I love the vulgar ones, like About Last Night. I love the actual romantic. What?
Can you put your mic 5 inches from your face and
can you put your
not next to your cheek?
Dick in
your
a blender? Yeah.
Yeah, JSD, $5.
You understand you're not on the camera, right? I just want to make sure you're clear.
Is it not working still?
No, we do not see you.
Works for me. I don't know what's happening.
All right, well, we'll hear you. Wait, did you buy the brown Tootsie Pops? Checking to see how progressive you are. I just bought the bag, man. I don't see color. I just bought the whole bag, and there was like red and blue and brown and orange.
But
and
yet you complained when there were only brown ones left.
I didn't complain. I complained that my house is racist because they all chose every color except the brown one.
Yeah. Jaffe, do me a favor then. If my camera's not working, just do the don't show video participants thing.
Okay.
That way I'm
Tootsie,
just like
I like how Bob Corn. I ain't putting up with this. What? Now look, there he says Tootsie Rolls are awful. Let me explain something. We're all full up on the people who can start as our pals and then become trolls. We don't have any more room in the madhouse. We don't have a vacancy for that kind of character this evening. So let's be clear, Bob Corn. Dial it back a little bit. We got a lot to talk about tonight. Well, the first thing is, I mean, were you a big Jimmy Kimmel fan? Are you a big Jimmy Kimmel fan?
Me?
Yeah. No. By the way,
Not at all.
JSD, thank you so much for your super chat. Appreciate it, buddy. Thank you, man. You're not.
No, I don't think any of those late night talk show hosts are funny. Not a one of
even
them.
Ferguson.
Ferguson was great, but
Even
he's not on anymore. What about Conan? You didn't like Conan?
Nope. Don't like none of them.
What if
I've just never thought any of. I don't know.
it might
That
be
type of sense of humor is just not my jam. I don't know.
What if Sam Hyde had a talk show, a late night talk show?
Well, then I would probably love that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, he got his show back, but I mean, nobody was surprised. Apparently, I haven't fact checked this, so take it with a grain of salt. But I heard that with all the people canceling Disney Plus and ESPN and this and that and the other, that their stock took a hit, the equivalent of like $4 to $5 billion over the course of that drama. And one of the reasons they cared about the drama was they were trying to make sure the FCC went ahead and approved this merger deal or acquisition deal, which was only worth $6 billion, right? So I don't know. I mean, it's all fucking money, right? It's not like Bob Iger and Disney give a shit about anything except their fucking money. People are broken in this world. But it's nice, it's nice the guy's back in town. It's nice he's got his show back, I guess. But I don't know, Tech, did you ever, you got, your generation did, I mean, I grew up with Carson and then he went over to Leno. And so it was a thing, Arsenio. But most people today, especially younger people, you guys are all, it's all just like YouTube. Like even my ex-wife, I'll call her sometimes before she goes to bed. And I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, oh, I'm in bed watching Hot Ones, like on YouTube, right? So, I mean, most people just don't even, which I get. I totally get. But $6 billion is pocket change, Derek, for those guys. Absolutely. Okay. So what do you, Tech, did you watch Kimmel? Did you care about that guy or no?
No, but I didn't watch anything growing up. I'm not the guy. I'm not the guy to speak for my generation.
All right. Well, I mean, I guess it's good he's back, but I think it would be a mistake if we frame this as like, yay, free speech. Free speech didn't win shit. What won was money, which is fine. I mean,
Yeah.
whatever.
But I will say I was around an awful lot of rednecks this weekend. And
What do you
none of
mean?
them agreed that he should have been. I mean, I was just around a bunch of people this weekend. And none of them agreed that they should have kicked him off. Like, and all the people I'm talking about, they were all Republican and conservative and stuff.
Oh,
and
yeah.
all of them were like, no, that's awful. Like,
I have been as much as I don't agree with 99% of MAGA, I have been very pleased to see both sides going. A lot of what's going down right now does not seem okay. Even creeps like Ted Cruz, who I think is a nightmare, was like, okay, this is bad. You can't do that, in America, blah, blah, blah. So, who's to say? I don't know where this is all going to go, but certainly it was a heck of a preamble to the Charlie Kirk Memorial, which is what we'll talk most about tonight. Juicy Booch, thank you so much. Wait, you guys cannot hear Tech's audio at all now? Are you guys joking or what?
I'm not talking.
Well, say something. Juicy Booch, thank you for the super chat, bud. We appreciate it.
Hello. This is a Tech Protect talking.
At least I think my audio, my buzz is fixed. That's pretty good.
I hear my stream.
Yeah, Juicy Booch says tech is good. Yeah, they're fucking with you. So, are you guys ready for tomorrow? I mean, it's going to be a big day. I got a feeling that tomorrow, my little friend, look up and you'll see, and maybe you'll be up with them. Tomorrow's the rapture. Tomorrow is apparently going to be, according to someone, and people have been talking about it, and I'm going to play you some videos in a minute, that tomorrow is the rapture is coming. And between the Kimmel thing, the free speech stuff, the rapture stuff, and then you go into the weekend and you watch this, what I consider to be a joke of a memorial service. And I'm not like, you should respect I don't give a shit. I didn't care about Charlie Kirk one goddamn bit. I'm not going to sit here and pretend I did. But what a big pile of steaming propaganda. But I only watched a little bit. I have a pal of mine who says they watched the whole thing. And they not only watched the whole thing, but they cried during it. Who was that, Bunny? Who am I thinking of?
Tech.
Oh, it was a tech? Yeah.
No. By the way, thank you, Mazer, for tuning in.
Hey, Mazer, good to see you, buddy. Where is he? I don't see him. Oh, I see him up there. All right. Talk about it, Bunny. You watched it? You watched the whole goddamn 12-hour thing, didn't you?
I did have it on for the whole 12 hours. Now, did I watch the whole 12 hours, like, intently? No. Because, as soon as, what's his name with his crazy voice, I turned it down for him. What's his... I can't think of it. Yeah, I for sure didn't listen to that one, but I did. Okay, you catch me at the right time, and I can cry. I don't do it often, but it's almost always when somebody is talking about somebody that's dead. The thing is, that's like almost always when it is. When somebody's like showing emotion about someone they loved dying, and when his wife got up there, I did a tear accidentally fell from my face.
Yeah, look.
I was like,
you cannot help. Excuse me. You cannot help but feel for the wife and feel for the children and feel for his loved ones. There is absolutely, I get it. And I'm with you. I mean, as a human being, what a sad thing. What a terribly sad thing. Happens every day.
That really got me crying, though, was when she was talking about forgiving the guy that did it. That was the part that, like, choked me up a little.
But what does that even mean?
I don't know. That's what I was even thinking. I was like, why am I even crying about this? Because what does this even mean? Like everything still happened the way it happened. The forgiveness doesn't really do anything. But it's just I don't know, to even say the words that you forgive the person that took away the person you love the most. Like that, just even the thought of that, I feel like that'd be hard to do. I don't know.
I mean, I don't trust any of these people enough to even think it's not just performative. But, yeah. I mean, look, I fundamentally don't hate anyone. And I've talked about that movie, The Shack, before, where the guy goes to God and says, how can you expect me to love you when you are still supporting the person who killed my daughter? And she's like, I love all my kids. And everybody's got their flaws, blah, blah, blah. So I understand the metaphor, or I understand the intent. But with her specifically, I don't know what to believe, But I'm, I feel bad. What did you say about your friends?
My friend group was, when she said that, they were like, do you think she's going to ask Utah not to pursue the death penalty then? Like, do you think she forgives him to the point where it's like, oh, yeah, I don't want him dead?
Well, yeah, she should go to Trump and say, hey, man, pardon the guy. Right? Can you imagine? I mean, seriously, if they're also goddamn Christian, and I put Christian in quotes, yeah, pardon the guy. Right? Isn't that what you're supposed to do? You forgive him, It's a good point. Juicy Booch, thank you for the super chat. Within the Ashes is badass. I don't know what that is, Juicy Booch, but I do appreciate the support. Oh, and then there's Within the Ashes, who's a person. I thought it was like a game or a book. Juicy Booch is a man with a cute cat, says Within the Ashes. Thank you, fellas and Folletti. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, Real YT Shadow says Erica Kirk came off as fake. I mean, again, I don't I don't know.
Well, I thought about that because, I was thinking if I lost the person that I love the most more than anyone in the world a week ago, I don't think I'd even be able to talk. But then I started thinking, she's got a history she's got a background in pageants, and that is a big part of pageants, is learning how to talk, with poise. And I feel like maybe she's just applying that. I don't know.
Who knows? I mean, some people,
Yeah, no.
you watch Fox and they were like, oh, did we just see the birth of a brand new political star and all this stuff? And it's like, maybe, there's so many different opinions and tangents coming off this thing. Everything from that to how, even a lot of MAGA people are going, I don't know if I believe the story of what happened to this guy, right? And I saw something the other night, or no, it was last night. It was like, okay, so let's get this straight. You guys had a 12-hour memorial. You had a huge stage. You had performers and speeches. And you guys put all this together in a week. It's like, and I'm not saying there was any shenanigans going on or he was assassinated by and they were planned to do it. But there are a lot of, weird little videos out there that make you wonder, because I mean, seriously, it's like he was a fucking YouTuber and nothing's, I didn't agree with 90% of what he said. And I absolutely have, since he died, seen clips in context where I've gone, okay, the left has been taking that out of context. That's bad. But I've seen other clips where it's like he's saying exactly what the left accuses him of. And, it's no different than any of these. The quartering may have gotten shot. It would have been the same thing to me. It's like, okay, it sucks somebody died, but a lot of people died that day. And the idea that now you have this incredibly theatrical thing, which I'm not going to show any clips right now, but there was a point where Erica Kirk's walking out on stage. I don't know if you guys watch this, but at the front of the stage, you may as well have been at a goddamn Guar concert with all the pyrotechnics going off and sparklers as she walked out. And it was like watching a WWE star walk down the fucking plank to get to the ring. And it's like, what the fuck is this?
They should have brought her out in a monster truck.
Right. I mean, it is propaganda. And then you had some of these, I will play one video coming up, some of these incredibly offensive speeches and just bizarre speeches. Jaffe says, NC, he was close with the president and prominent in Republican politics. Of course, his friends and family can pull strings. I'm not saying that they can't. Of course they can. I'm saying, though, that this was so clearly a political process. You guys, you got to stop at this point. I don't care. Like, the left and the right does some of this, and I've got some clips lined up that we could show of where the left said something and it turned out not to be true, and the right said something and it turned, they all play this dumb shit, and it's annoying. But seeing the people that have bought this horse shit, hook, line, and sinker, like this, what's up?
Can I see what's up with your mic?
Is something wrong with it?
Where's your Discord screen?
Here, move. I'll show it to you. What's going on with my mic? Nobody's complaining, are they?
Go to voice and video.
Yeah. Hang on.
On Discord.
It's right here.
Voice and video. Settings, voice and video. No, it's that.
What are you hearing?
It bleeds so roughly.
Should I is the gain too high? I can turn the gain down. Let me know if that's any better. But this idea, though, that, people should be, you guys, the fact that you've got so many people in this country that have bought this horse shit.
What horse shit are we specifically talking about?
The fact that it's one thing to go, hey man, I was a Charlie Kirk fan. I really like that guy. Oh, I'm sad he's dead. Maybe I'll watch the memorial and I'll cry, whatever. But this was like when Princess Diana died, or they were trying to make it like when JFK died. It was just like all these people showed up. They're trying to sign a petition to get a drink for him at Starbucks. There is a law that's being proposed in, let me see what state it is, Oklahoma, that they're proposing all state colleges must have a Charlie Kirk statue of his wife and his family. And it's like, dude, it was just some fucking YouTube guy. It's no shame on wanting to celebrate his life, but it's like there was less of a what's the word? There was less of a myth making process when hell, I don't know, some big star dies. I don't understand how people are falling for this. And maybe they're not. Maybe they know. Right? Maybe they know. It's like,
but
look,
I do still think like they were able to fill that whole stadium though. So
sure.
I mean,
but that's what I'm saying is the problem. What a ridiculous thing. I'm not saying I'm not bothered by the fact that he had a lot of mourners. I'm bothered by the fact that he had a lot of mourners that were so clearly being hoodwinked, bamboozled, and Plymouth Rocked by the powers that be. This idea of it's like one of Trump's rallies. It's like, dude, you have got to fucking stop. You have got. I mean, he doesn't care. He doesn't care. You saw the clip when he said about his opponents, right, Bunny? Here, I am going to show. Yeah. I'm going to show a couple real fast clips. I got to show these. This just enrages me. I'm sorry, but it does. It makes me furious. Well, here she is walking out. With the sparklers, because that makes sense. I mean, what the fuck are we looking at? What the fuck is this, right? Well, there's sparklers at a fucking memorial service. Where are
I mean, maybe they just wanted the pageantry. Like, I don't know. I feel like I don't see really the big deal. I mean, it's silly, but I mean, I'm not going to judge them too much for it just because it's.
I'm going to judge them.
It feels like nothing.
Well, I'll tell you why I'm not. Hang on. Why isn't this pausing? Jesus, did God want me to play this?
Shit.
God's insisting I play this. It's not an issue of what she may have wanted. It just seems that a lot of people have very quickly come around to going, you know what? I just don't buy it. Okay, Bunny, that's what it is. It feels very performative to me. I'm not saying his wife isn't heartbroken. I'm not saying his kids aren't.
Sparklers are definitely performative.
But it's like, you know what, man? What are you doing? And then if this is really a guy that they're trying to whitewash into saying, oh, he was all about talking and bridging the gaps and this and that, the other. I mean, I'm sorry, but if that's the case, you wouldn't have clips like this. This you have to have seen. This was the most offensive fucking thing.
I started running my home.
Hey, that's an ad. That's not what I mean, you old knuckleheads.
That is offensive.
That is very offensive. Hang on. Skip your goddamn ad.
Shortly before Charlie arrived on campus, the day he was assassinated, a staff member texted one event.
Wait, I want to see where he says.
Before he was murdered, Charlie received never back down, and in the media. And he's right.
Here we go.
He's totally right. The radicals and their allies in the media, sometimes referred to, as my son said, the fake news media.
Jesus, man.
Tried to silence Charlie for a simple reason, because he was winning.
I mean, this is the president of... No, this is the fucking president of the United Goddamn States. The fake news tried to silence him because he was winning. What the fuck are you talking about, you fucking addled old prick?
And he was winning big. He was taking over college campuses. Colleges that had, in theory, only very liberal, or as they like to say, progressive. I call them liberal. But they like to call themselves, because such a beautiful word, progressive. They're the opposite of progressive, if you think about it.
No, let's think about it, Trump. Let's debate the word. I guarantee you my semantics will beat out yours, you moron.
But they were really nasty. And he would go into these colleges. All of a sudden, within 2 years, 3 years, they turned into bastions of conservatism. It was really quite amazing to see.
He's just a goddamn liar. He said, but in this, and I'm not going to find it, he says, I hate my opponent. I don't want the best for them. He's called the left and Democrats toxic enemies of the state. It is, and he doesn't care. And I'm not here to educate you. You guys have your opinion on Trump, and enjoy that, right? But I think he's really fucking dangerous. If the memorial wasn't to your liking, you don't have to watch it, says KVJ. Man, what are you talking about? Who the fuck is talking about not watching it? That's not what I'm saying. Here's the best one, though. Here is the best. Well, yeah, Rocker Matt says, Jaffe, they compared him to dying on the cross. Most called him a martyr. Then Trump comes out and says one of the last things he said was Trump saved Chicago. Also had to register to vote booths. Right, this was not a memorial. This was a rally. This was propaganda. And my favorite, speaking of Christ and the cross and all of those things, is there was a guy literally, did you see this picture? This guy's literally carrying a cross in the, like Jesus was said to have done. But it had wheels on it. And it's like, dude, if you're going to, symbolize the suffering of Jesus in his last hours by having to carry his own cross, maybe you shouldn't put wheels on it. Kind of defeats the purpose. But,
wheels on a cross, Jaffe. You have Ember's Arcade wanting to hop into
I'll bring him in a minute. I got to play this because out of everything I saw this weekend, this was the most chilling. Not even the Stephen Miller thing, where Miller goes on about, people are saying he plagiarized Joseph Goebbels from the Nazi regime. Whatever. I don't know if he did or not, but let's assume that's provable. That guy's a piece of shit. This guy, this is some shit right here, my friends. Look at this.
God establishes the rulers of the nations. In the audience right now, there are rulers of our land. Represented right here is the State Department, the Department of War, the Department of Justice, the Chief Executive. God has instituted them. God has given them power over our nation and our land.
What the fuck? And then people are clapping at this. They are employees of Americans. They work for us, you dumb buffoon.
God saved our president, President Trump, from an assassin's bullet for this moment.
I mean, what are we talking about? What the fuck are we? No. We have got, this is the most offensive thing, Bunny Button. We have got to get out of this horseshit. We have got to get out of this nightmare. I don't care if
But they're Christian.
I don't
Like,
care. I don't care if
reason.
you're Christian. There's a difference between being a Christian and being a Christian nationalist. If you believe in Jesus and you believe in his teachings and you want to raise your kids to believe in the pearly gates and all that, that's fantastic. I don't agree with it, but you don't agree with the way I raised my kids. That's totally fine. That's what America should be. But this is not Christianity. This is some horse shit.
Was he saying that he thinks God appointed all of our leaders, right?
He literally said,
they're Christian. They think God pulls all the strings for everything.
He's an idiot then. Don't we want... The fact that the entire audience is... I mean, I want you to think about this. God, I mean, when does Logic ever have dinner with these people? Do they just shut the door whenever they're eating and Logic comes over for dinner? You're not welcome here. God decided to put these people... I mean, what the fuck kind of bullshit, hee-haw, horse shit are we talking about? And then you've got an audience of, 40,000 clapping and standing up? Come on, man. I mean, Hideo Kojima doesn't do myth making and myth building like Donald Trump does. This is some bullshit. Great evil has always been done under the guise of religion. Absolutely. Absolutely. The real YT Shadow says she was mic'd at the coffin. Yeah, you saw that when she bent over the coffin. Somehow they could hear her. It's some bullshit. Oh, yeah. I don't know what a logging this is honestly offensive. Willie, I don't know what a logging means. I'm 54, man. Is that a new term you guys are using?
Just like keeping track of what's going on and
okay.
during a stream. Yeah.
Who cares, Wayne B? I fucking care. And you know what, man? You should fucking care. Go take a civics class. Your country's being totally dissolved under your own fucking feet, if you haven't noticed. The fact that Bunny hung out this weekend with a bunch of conservatives and they were saying this fucking regime has gone too far. The fact that Ted Cruz, dopey fucking idiotic Ted Cruz, whose own kids won't even give him a kiss when he gets off the bus, is saying Trump has gone too far. You should care. You don't have to vote the way I vote. You don't have to vote for progressive politics. You don't have to vote for Kamala Harris. I don't give a shit. And you should be free and safe to go to whatever religious institution every goddamn day of the week that you want to. Just like I should be free to do what I want to do. But the idea that this was anything other than some fucking bullshit, and so many of these people weren't aware of this? They were being played?
Their language. All these people in the audience are also Christian, and they want to, they give God credit for all things too. They're just saying exactly what they know they're going to agree with.
Well, don't you think the people in the audience should be smarter and go, okay, they're playing us, fellas. They're totally playing us.
I think when you're in it, you don't really notice. I think it's just like any other kind of cult, and I feel like that goes for the left, the right, and everybody. Like when you're in it, you don't notice the things like that.
Well, somebody should point it out to him, and that's what Madhouse is all about. Come on in. Yeah, I have no idea. I mean, look, I know.
All these people are watching us right now, so.
Yeah. The entire chat is also not American. This is supreme content gold from Trump, honestly, for people in the rest of the world. Well, Trump's a fucking moron. Trump's a goddamn fucking moron, and he's dangerous, and we should all be ashamed. We have a very religious person on the phone waiting to join us. It is our good pal, Embers Arcade. Tech, you want to bring him in? Techco?
Hello.
I brought him in.
All right. Hello. Embers, what's going on, bud?
Oh, hey, how's it going? Everything's all right?
Yep, all good. Well, the world's burning, but, that's par for the course.
It's not. It's fine.
It's not fine, but continue. What's going on?
Well, no, I came and caught your stream, and I saw that you're very passionate about today's subject.
Yes.
And I'm not even really sure where to start.
Okay.
You've been saying a lot about how these people know that they're being played, they're being duped, and isn't it insane that they believe that God is
insane. Embers,
doing anything, and so okay, I don't know. So what do you think is the play? You say they're being played. What is the play?
Well, I'll give you two options. There is the overly dramatic, and I hope to God it's not true, but there are moments where I just don't know, which is Project 2025 from the Heritage Foundation, where they are trying to basically, and you've got people in this.
So let's go one at a time. So Project 2025.
Okay, you've got people, many of the people on his cabinet, including the head of the FCC, who was the one that pressured ABC to pull Jimmy Kimmel off the air the other day, are authors of Project 2025. If you listen to Pete Hegseth, who is the secretary or I don't know what his job, he runs the Pentagon. I don't know if he's the Secretary of War now or whatever. But he is retweeting his pastor who's saying that women should not have the right to vote. That's also part of Project 2025. You have the FBI 2 weeks ago throwing up a trial balloon saying, should we classify trans people who make up like 0.2% of killers as some kind of classification so they can't have their Second Amendment rights? Okay, so on the hang on. Wait, I'm going to stop listening. I know I'm going to stop listening. So what I'm saying is, when you say what is the play, on the worst case scenario, all of these that I'm explaining are dominoes that are part of Project 2025, where they want to turn this into a white Christian nation. That is the play, in my opinion. Go.
Okay, so I think there's a huge logical leap with a lot of gaps in between what you were listing and then the conclusion that you've come to about a white Christian ethno-state. First of all, the idea of an ethno-state is inconsistent with any kind of Christian theology that's worth its salt.
Who gives a shit?
It doesn't make sense. Well, it doesn't make any sense.
Wait a minute. Whoa, no. We'll stop there. No. We have to stop there. Because you're laying out an argument that suggests that the only way these people would do what they do is if it actually fits nicely into Christian theology. Do you actually think Donald Trump is a Christian? Do you actually think any of these fucking people that are manipulating everyone else are true Christians? I think the audience is.
I think that you have a standard for what a true Christian is, and I think that your standard for a true Christian is someone who is very nice and quiet and doesn't say anything about how you live your life. I think that there are Christians.
No one's complaining, Tech.
Well, okay, but listen.
You made for us on Discord, it is peaking, but I don't know if it is on YouTube.
Yeah, but it's fine. It's fine. They can deal with it. You made a specific claim about repealing the 19th Amendment.
Yes.
What evidence do you have that that's in anyone's written document for a plan for the future of
okay, so when you have the Secretary of Defense retweeting a clip where his pastor is saying the man is the head of the household and women should submit to their husbands, and in that they should not be able to vote, the man should represent the whole household. And I can show you that if you don't believe me, or you can just Google Pete Hegseth retweets pastor 19th Amendment, and you will see it.
So I want you to see where you made this leap. Maybe you're right that this pastor said a thing, and a lot of
I'm not. Maybe I can show it to you.
Listen, but listen to what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm not a Protestant. Pastors say a lot of really insane stuff. Ted Cruz was being interviewed by Tucker Carlson, and he says that he supports the Israel that was formed in 1947 because it says so in Genesis, which is insane, right? That's bad theology. Yeah. I subscribe to a tradition that is thousands of years old.
Okay, and that's wonderful. But you weren't speaking. You weren't speaking this weekend. I will listen, Embers, but you can't frame this as you're defending Christianity. I'm not attacking Christianity. I'm attacking. No, I'm not. I'm attacking the people on stage that are claiming to represent Christian values when in essence they well, I can tell you what, I know for fucking sure it's not what you just said Ted Cruz said.
I would agree.
Okay. And there are some Christians who say that the man should be the head of the household and the wife should submit.
Okay,
to
so
the
that's consistent with Scripture, and the Scripture also says the opposite, that the man should submit to the wife. Right. Okay. So this is about form. Okay, I don't want to get into the details because you made a specific claim. You said that in Project 2025,
yes,
they are claiming that they want to remove women's rights. Now you know which amendment. I said it before. It's the 19th Amendment, right? So can you find me where in the Heritage Foundation's documents they're saying that part of their political interest is to repeal the 19th Amendment?
Yeah, give me a minute. Bunny, talk to Embers.
How you doing, Bunny?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. I had a long day today, but I'm happy to be here.
I'm glad you're here. I was telling Jaffe earlier I thought you should call in for this one. I thought you'd be good to
I appreciate
defend the Christians against.
But, listen,
I'm not against the Christians. I said I think the Christians are out of their fucking mind, but they think I'm out of my fucking mind raising a trans son. And guess what? They have a right to think that, and I have a right to think what I think, that they're absolutely out of their fucking mind. But I don't want any harm to come to them, and they don't deserve to live in a country, just like I don't, that their religion is being used to manipulate and propagandize people to vote for the 1%. That's my issue.
Yeah, I was joking when I said that, though.
Do you agree with me that he is maybe a little bit against Christianity? I feel like he kind of is.
I'm against all religion.
Well, okay, there you go.
I think he's got a,
But why is that? Okay, but wait a minute. Why is that any different than somebody saying to me that they're against trans ideology? And I'm like, I get that. I respect that. I think you're absolutely wrong, but you have a right to think that. That doesn't, as long as you don't try to make laws to stop people who don't agree with you, then we're good. We don't all have to agree.
Yeah. This is so I don't want to attack your generation, but this is sort of like a Gen X slop kind of political
generation
perspective, which is that that there's a sort of a relativity to truth, right? and that
There's a what?
There's a relativity to truth. That truth is just what's convenient for you, and it kind of changes if you're in that country or in this country. If you're living 1,000 years ago or 500 years ago, that truth is this sort of malleable thing, right? That is it's kind of boomer slop, Gen X slop, kind of just do whatever you want.
Well, truth is relative, but continue.
So. Thank you for proving my point. Truth is not relative, actually. As a matter of fact, truth is highly singular. As a matter of fact, it may be the most singular thing in the entire universe.
But as it relates to the way people perceive truth, it's relative. Yes,
no, because a person can perceive something incorrectly, right?
That's right, and people can see something and totally see it correctly and remember it incorrectly, or
So the point that I'm getting at is that, and part of the reason why I think you and I will always clash for the rest of our lives is simply that you come at every philosophical issue from the perspective that truth is relative, and I come from it from the perspective that truth is objective. And
truth is what?
Objective.
What truth is objective specifically?
Well, that truth is shared. All truth is objective. Anything that is true for you is true for me.
I will agree with you at a bajillion 1,000-foot level, but I don't think man is capable.
Understand you on Discord, Jaffe. Push it back.
How about
it's
now?
not that bad. It's not that bad, Tech. It's fine. It's fine.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, way better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me
Wait.
Let me give you an example.
Okay, yeah. Give me an example.
Okay, so do you believe that it is true that murder is evil?
No.
So murder, which is the killing of an innocent person unjustly.
Well, again, that's
not killing for self-defense. I'm saying murder.
Right, but you've just added two words: innocent and unjustly.
But that's within the meaning of murder. That's within the meaning of murder. That's implicit in the meaning.
So at a meta level, I would say, like, maybe if there is a God, only God could perceive this, but we can't.
So I'm not talking about God at all.
Okay, then for man, I don't think anyone is fully innocent, and I don't think anyone can judge that, right? The idea that murder is bad, murder is hurtful, murder is harmful, but my guess would be that to you and me, someone we might point at and call a murderer, that individual may be dealing with all kinds of other shit, or they may have a perception of reality. And while our society has said that this is the reality we have decided to accept and make laws about, which I think is necessary, if we're talking meta and philosophically, you can't say what is actually true philosophically because we don't have all the data.
So let's say that a man who has no idea, he walks into a house with a knife, right? He has no idea who the house belongs to. Yeah. He's never had any interactions with the people who live in that house. And there's a 2-year-old infant in the house, and he kills the infant and he walks out of the house. He had no reason to do that, no connection to any of the people that live there. He just decided that he desired to
why not?
murder.
Let's kill him. Kill the baby.
Yeah, just kill the infant. Would you say that action was evil? Or do you have some kind of a morally relativistic justification for why that would be okay?
I don't think it would be. I mean, the only way it would be okay, your scenario doesn't allow it to be okay. Because you're not saying...
because it's not. Because it isn't okay. And you're allowed to say that it's evil. You are allowed to say that. I'm giving you permission.
But this is the problem that you and I have, is you're choosing to take one word and link it to another. You and I can agree it's bad. It's sad. It should be punishable. That person should go away, if not forever, for a very long time. But when you now want to go, see, Jaffe, you believe it's evil. I don't know what evil is. Evil is like this societal construct that
are we using evil as a synonym for bad? Like, how are we using evil? By definition, evil?
Evil is something that is inherently evil explains itself.
Yeah. No, it doesn't.
It is that an action has an inherent moral quality.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. So
I can't agree or disagree. I don't know. Okay. I'm agnostic on that. Yeah.
Yeah. Totally fine. Now, let's say same scenario, except for whatever reason, for reasons that cannot be explained, that same man and that same infant are instantly transported to the other side of the universe, like up against the fiery walls of creation at the beginning of time. Right. They are so far away from humanity that light would take billions of years to arrive back here. There's no chance of them getting back there. They are far from witness. They are far from court, from human-made morality, as you would define it. Yep. They're just completely gone. And then he kills the infant again.
For the same motivation.
Absolutely the same motivation. Absolutely. No, I have no idea what I just want to kill that infant. Okay. Is it still wrong? or
Yes.
bad or hurtful all the way
Yes.
out there without witness.
100%.
So here's the thing: is that even though you don't want to concede the idea that
This
an
is
action
the
can have,
you are not arguing in good faith because you
I am
use
absolutely. This is
you're-
the definition of arguing. in
No,
good
it
faith.
is
hold
not.
on, yeah,
No,
exactly
it no, it is
Let
not
him
because you're.
finish.
Wait,
Yeah,
I'm
Jeff, you got-
no. Let me listen to me. You guys got to be careful with this silver-tongued devil right here because he knows what he's doing. Okay,
let him do it.
all
When
right, look,
he said what he just said was, and I've already forgotten it, but the way he framed it, the way he just listen for a moment. I didn't interrupt him for no reason. Okay, the way he framed it was that I'm trying to get out of saying something. And I'm like, no, I'm being very honest with you. I don't have a problem learning or saying I'm wrong or, oh my God, that's a really great point. But what you don't get to do if you want to have a real discussion with me is take these little jabs in the way you frame your words that are not based on any fact. I don't remember exactly what you said, but it was something like, you're saying that because you don't want to concede this point. I'm like, don't tell me why I'm saying it. Don't put that out in the ether and make it toxic and just talk about it and say, this is what you're saying. Don't ascribe to it your own assumptions as to why I'm doing it, because I'm not ashamed to lose an argument, dude.
Didn't you just stop him because you said, you don't know what he's about to do? I know what he's about to do, so I had to stop it. You're like assuming what
I
he's gonna
don't
do.
want,
You just let him say it.
he said it. He said it. The preamble was, you're doing it because you want to concede this point. That came out of his mouth.
I didn't get to make my conclusion, right? So,
I'm not saying anything because I'm afraid that I'll be wrong. So let's continue.
So the conclusion that I'm trying to get to, and I know that you're not going to agree, but you can recognize that the action that I described was wrong within the world that we have here with constructs like laws and man-made morality, with the way that you described it. And it is still wrong or bad or hurtful or any of those words that you used. It is still the same quality of action inherently on the other side of the universe where there is no presence than just those two beings, right?
Well, but that's not what. No, you
got to let me finish.
But your argument is wrong about my assumptions. But continue.
Okay, all right.
You can laugh about that, but all that is you're not arguing in good faith. Don't laugh about it like what I'm doing is I'm being unreasonable. Those
Jackie,
are not the only two reasons I am assuming that action is wrong on the other end of the universe.
Oh, okay, well, listen, let me just make my conclusion, and then we'll see what you think. I think that the fact that you are willing to recognize that separated from the relativism of living in this world and our laws and our man-made morality, and I'm using those words because those. But are just
that's not the only reason.
Listen. I know that's immaterial. I'm saying those words because those are some that you use. I'm just trying to relate it back to what you were saying, right? This is the definition of arguing in good faith. Is that I'm trying to make sure that you know that I understand what you said. Now,
okay, but it's not the definition of good arguing. Then, okay, continue.
All right. So because there's a link between those actions that you have, despite their distance, both being harmful or bad or whatever it is that you said, then I think that you believe to some extent, at least, that there is a sort of universal law which ascribes moral quality to actions. Now you're going to deny that, but then how do you explain the fact that a person that is so separated from society could still have those qualities assigned to their actions when they're on the other side of the universe?
Because you make the mistake so many people that ascribe morality to God make, which is the only reason that you do good and don't hurt people is because you're afraid of getting in trouble by your Lord and Master. Okay? I choose not to do evil because I don't want that baby to not have a chance to have their life.
I'm so glad you said that. I'm so glad you said that. I choose not to do evil. Chat, did he say I choose not to do evil? Everyone just make sure I'm arguing in good faith.
I'm not agreeing with the definition. I'm using evil as a definition of killing the baby, Ember. I can't do it. But, Ember, I'm going to give you one chance. I am here.
Hold on.
No, wait.
I
know. Well, you might be, and I want you here, and I like talking with you. Okay. But what you can't do is try, good and well, when I use the word evil, I wasn't suddenly going, oh, he must really believe in evil. You have been talking about that act being an evil act, and I am saying it as it relates to that act on the other side of the universe. But no, I do not think evil is anything other than a man-made construct.
But you were willing to use the term to assign a moral quality to an action, which means that you have some kind of a metric for what evil means. Maybe
Yeah, I do.
You'd be willing to enlighten me on what that means.
Well, I have the word evil to me is the same word as mean, cruel, sad, something that brings about heartbreak in other people. If you want to call that evil and I want to call that evil, cool. But I don't have any evidence, nor do you, that the concept of evil is somehow tied to anything other than our own psychology, frankly.
So when a parent scolds his toddler, for example,
Yeah.
and the toddler is crying and he has to be a little bit mean about making sure that the toddler understands not to color on the walls again, and the toddler's crying and the toddler's very sad and distraught.
Yeah.
Has the parent committed an evil?
In the scenario you've just described, it doesn't sound like it. No.
Right, and that's because the words that you were using to quantify this sort of amorphous version of evil that you have in this conversation doesn't function as a universal moral principle. It doesn't work. But you said evil, so I think that you have a metric, but I don't know that maybe you're defining it the way that you would if you had more time. Or
what are you trying to ask me as it relates to my concept of evil? Do I think there are bad things that people do? Yes. Do I think if I was writing a movie script or something and I wanted to use the word evil, I would use that word? Yes. But I don't use it the way you're using it, which is to say it is, it might as well be gravity because it's so basic to simply the universe. I use it because it's a word that we've been given as a shortcut or a shorthand to a lot of these actions, and it's easier to talk about it like that. And I've been conditioned to talk about it like that in a Judeo-Christian society. But that doesn't mean I agree with your definition of it being intrinsic to existence.
And look, and I'm not saying this to be insulting, but I
You're not insulting.
I think that you're being a little willfully ignorant because you were willing to use the word, and I think you know exactly what it is that I'm saying, but I think you're trying very hard to put up a defense to deny any
What do you think I'm denying? Do you think I actually think there is a universal concept called evil and morality that's just baked into the fabric of the universe? Is that what you think I'm trying to weasel my way out of?
Yes.
Okay. I don't believe that. Okay. I don't believe that in the same way that when you said this to me the other night, and other people will say, how can you deny the existence of God? All you have to do is look up at the stars. One little degree off and we wouldn't be here, blah, 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 blah. And my answer is similar, which is we are not able to perceive anything other through the filter of our own humanity and our own brain. Okay. So while I understand why you might think evil is some kind of inherent concept to the universe, I don't have that same filter that I see things through. Just like when I look up at the stars, yeah, we could be a couple of degrees away from the sun or tilted away. We may not be here, but something else might be, right? That doesn't just, you make this leap that because you can't figure it out, it has to be God. And I don't believe that.
I know you don't believe that, but I do think that you do believe in these principles. And then I can give you another example that I think you'll probably still deny, but maybe it can help clarify things a bit. And we talked about it before. We talked about human rights. Mm-hmm. Would you say that you believe in human rights?
Because you are you, I'm going to ask you to define that.
No. Please, you define it and then tell me what you believe.
I could say it's a cold can of Diet Coke. I mean, what do you care if you won't define it for me? But do I believe that all people should be treated with respect and not be harmed? Yeah, I do believe that.
Why?
Why? Because I would want someone else to do the same for me, and I think it's fundamentally right. And if you want to know where that fundamentally right comes from, it's not. Yeah. There it is. This is what you don't get. Fundamentally right. I don't care, by the way. I'm agnostic. If God put that into us, like, Vincent Price put all his cookies into Edward Scissorhands, great. But I'm more inclined to think that my sense of inherently right has more to do with evolution and biology. And when we were coming out of the caves, we just sort of had to learn how to do X, Y, Z in order to survive and propagate the species. And the ones that didn't learn to do it are no longer with us. right? So
okay, listen, that's an interesting thing that you just said.
I know.
That just we came out of the caves and we just sort of it just kind of happened.
No, I didn't say it just kind of happened. I said evolution, which means that for every 100 people that killed each other, there were the 1 or 2 that didn't, and they fucked and they had babies, and those babies, because they were around and they were able to have sex with someone else, that's how evolution works. There's a lot of people that did it wrong. There's a lot of people.
The direction of evolution, the intention behind genetic code passing from generation to generation, the result of that passing, that's all just cosmic accident. I actually find that much harder to believe. I
have no idea. It could be a cosmic accident. It could be absolutely as much of a cosmic accident as gravity. I don't know, and you don't know. That's why I'm agnostic. I don't know where it comes from. I don't know if there was a programmer or a creator or a bunch of the universe is impossible to fathom for a human brain. But it's so fucking big that the only reason we're having this discussion is we may have been the only people where it just kind of randomly the dice rolled and this is what we got. But the universe is so old that for all we know, we've missed that dice roll hundreds and billions of times. I mean, we don't have any memory of what we were before. So maybe
it wasn't a dice roll. I mean, like if you walk
that's right. Maybe it wasn't.
If you walk out of your house and you see a car parked on the other side of the street, right? It's an Aston Martin DB9.
Okay.
What are the chances that all of the pieces of metal were refined and shaped into place, and the rubber on the tires and the leather on the seats, that all of it just fell from the sky or grew out of the ground in the perfect configuration to form an Aston Martin?
As far as I can tell, the chances of that are incredibly small.
Yes, and I want you to understand that the chances of humanity existing are smaller.
And what I want you to understand is just because you don't understand how something happens, I saw what's the guy's name, Neil deGrasse Tyson, talking about this. He was talking about the fact that, because somebody made this argument to him, he's like, how can you explain a McDonald's, or someone had to design that? The same thing applies to the universe. And he's like, well, maybe, but what he ultimately said to the guy was, and I forget the fallacy, he named it, but I forget what it was, but he said, fundamentally, if you are looking at something you don't understand, we can point to history and go, for so many times we didn't understand this, so we said it was God. And then we understood it, and now we just say it's that. Right? Whether it's weather, earthquakes, gravity, whatever. But 5,000 years ago...
That's called the argument from ignorance. So I don't have to borrow my arguments. I know.
Okay, well, great. So you can name it. So that's basically what we're talking about, which is, I agree, the Aston Martin, sure. But that's because we know what that is and we know what that's defined as. But to say, I look at a tree and I say the same thing, and I'm like, that tree could look like a giant vagina that sings Broadway tunes. But if we were raised in the world and our only frame of reference to the giant vagina that sings Broadway tunes is that's a tree, we'd go, how can that be? It's like, it is probably because it evolved to be that. And we have all this societal education and life experience going, tree good. Tree makes me happy. Science says tree gives oxygen. I like trees. Trees are pretty. So you're going to now suddenly put all this weight on that thing that we just like because experience, and go, it couldn't just have formed. Sure, it could have. It could have been a vagina that was singing Guys and Dolls, which I would pay to see.
Right? So you make that example a lot. It's like this all could have been anything. But then we have to bring it back to the functional reality that we share, our objective truth, which is that it didn't. It's not a giant vagina. That's
I know, but if it was, you'd be saying the same thing, though, is what I'm saying.
Jaffe, that argument does nothing because it offers
does
absolutely
everything.
Nothing. It does nothing to the function of us trying to arrive at a truth about the nature of the universe. It's like, well, we all could have been flying whales, and the planet could have been made of gas instead of rock, and then you'd be saying the same thing. It's like, well,
that's
fantastic,
right.
Fantastic, wonderful, Jaffe. That doesn't mean anything at all.
It means
our material reality.
But what it means, though, is because of that, the only real solution, or the only real place we can arrive at, if we're being honest, is we don't know. You may be right that the concept of a man or a tree or the stars is so rare and beautiful and intentional that the only way it could have ever been created is from a God. But you could just as well, in fact, based on what evidence we've seen so far, be wrong, which is your perception of it and your dramatizing and romanticizing to such a degree is because that's the only frame of reference that you have. So of course you're going to see it that way. But there's nothing inherently beautiful about a tree.
I think that there is.
I'm glad you think that.
I disagree.
I want. Look, this is the thing about secularists like you that seems so hellbent on trying to dismantle God.
I just said if there is a God, I'm cool with that. I don't want to dismantle it. I just need a little evidence.
You're obviously not, because there is a lot of evidence all around you. And there are people that have told you that there's evidence all around you, and you reject all of it because it doesn't fit into the creature comfort lifestyle that you've built for yourself.
You are making up a lot of shit about me and ascribing a lot of assumptions or ascribing a lot of motivations to the way I live my life, which are simply not true. Okay, I was walking in a field 2 nights ago. Okay, I had both my children in front of me. They were, one is now 20, the other is 22. And they were laughing like they did when they were kids. And I was just holding back. And I remember I had a little moment where I looked up at the stars and I said, thank you for them. Now, who was I saying thank you to? Maybe it was God.
It was God.
Oh my God, dude. Please shut up. Please stop. Don't tell me it was God.
It was.
Okay, fine. But I know enough to know that I have also been raised in the current culture where I have been told since I was a child that there is a God. He lives in the sky, which is kind of absurd when you think about up, because there is no up in space. It just is. But I looked up and said that. So there was a lot of societal wiring and programming that went into that. It could have just been me going, I don't know what gave me this joy. Maybe it was a programmer. Maybe I'm living in a version of The Sims. None of us know. That's what I wish you non-secular people would do, is just own the fact. I don't care about your faith. If you have faith, that's great. But stop confusing faith with knowing. Stop confusing faith with knowledge. You can believe in your heart of hearts that there is a God, and that's great. And you can tell people how much you love God and how much it's made your life better, and that's great. But where people like me get frustrated is when you try to then go into the realm of provability and reality based on what we know. Because you don't have any pot to piss in, my friend.
I can explain to you why it matters that we go into the objective world with these philosophical ideas. And I'm going to bring this back to the question that I asked you 20 minutes ago, which was to find me the part in the heritage family, whatever that the
Heritage Foundation, yeah. Well,
about the 19th Amendment and repealing that.
I'm looking at it right now.
I don't think that's true.
Enforcing.
But listen.
Okay, well, go ahead.
But hold on to that, because the reason why it matters is that I would love for anyone to try to build a society on, I don't know. I would love for that to work. You enjoy.
Whoa! Build a society on what?
Christian theology on, I don't know. Like you're saying, I don't know. I don't know what's true. I don't know if it's God or if it's whatever. I don't know.
That's where we live now.
No, it's not. You enjoy the fruits of 2,000 years of Christian philosophy and ethics, but you've removed all the parts that you find uncomfortable or that you dislike, all the fantastic parts that you don't think are necessary. But when you walk outside with the presumption of safety, for example. You're not expecting to get attacked by raiders because we've built a society after thousands of years of going over and over these philosophical conversations. Over and over again, we've decided to build a society in which maybe it is preferable to then try to incentivize assumed safety among all people. And you get to enjoy that. You get to enjoy even the concept of human rights.
And
you have no idea what it even means. And that all comes from Christian theology. You are enjoying the cream of the crop without ever acknowledging
okay, well, you're okay.
Kick.
But you're okay. Well,
hell yeah, I love enjoying things I didn't work for. That's American.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Yeah.
But no, John Salk, this guy doesn't know. Okay, the reason that we have banded together in order to survive didn't come from Christian theology. If it did, we never would have had the Roman Empire, the Greeks, the Egyptians, the Celts. the cavemen. It came from going, you know what? That saber-toothed tiger's bigger than Fred over there. But Fred, Mark, and Daniel can fucking take that motherfucking down and we all eat for the weekend. That's where it started.
What did you mean by the Roman Empire? We wouldn't have had the Roman Empire if Christian theology. What do you mean by that?
The Roman Empire came before Christian theology came.
Yeah. Okay.
Meaning,
what did you mean?
You're saying that the idea that safety was built on the back of Christian theology. And I'm like going, no, it really wasn't. I'm not saying there haven't been some good morals that have come from that specific New Testament. Sure, there have. But the idea that before that, the entire world was chaos is goofy. And there's no evidence to back it up.
So let me show you what I mean.
Okay.
So the idea of presumed safety and the idea that you can walk around, that there are punishments for anyone that trespasses upon your human right to life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness in the United States is a Christian idea. And I can explain to you how. The idea, and I've said this before, comes from the notion. It comes from the notion that all people are made in the image of God. Without that notion, there are no human rights, because I'm not trespassing upon anything if I kill you. I'm simply stronger than you, and therefore my merit outmerits yours, and I can take your land and I can take your women and so on and so forth.
So did the Romans just get lucky, or the Egyptians just get lucky because
what happened to the Romans?
What happens to every civilization? The idea that
what happened specifically to the Romans?
They went corrupt and they got greedy.
They became the church. They were subsumed by a non-violent,
like I said,
religion.
They became corrupt.
How did that happen?
Greedy.
How does a non-violent?
I didn't say they were they weren't militarized.
Listen to what I'm saying. The religion, the people that were being martyred constantly by the Romans, how did they somehow subsume one of the greatest empires in the entire history of the species? How is that possible?
Because that particular empire was very corrupt, and in that the masses majority rules, and basically power is in the hands of the majority that can basically rip you to shreds. And that's what happened. It's what may happen here when you've got the 1%ers that are totally taking advantage of everyone. And these people,
that's Gen X slot politics, man. It's that constantly goes back to, it's the elites. It's the 1%.
It is the elites and the 1%. Who do you think? Let me tell you something. I saw something Bernie Sanders tweeted out today. I knew this, but I didn't know this. I hadn't had it laid out as good as he had laid it out. He said, hang on, Bunny. He said that the top 5 richest men in the world own all of the media. He's like Elon, or the most powerful media. Elon.
Mike.
Oh my God. He's like Elon. They're all white. Elon owns X, Zuckerberg owns Meta and Instagram, Jeff Bezos owns the Washington Post and Amazon. This guy, Ellison, is just about to buy TikTok and Paramount and Warner Brothers, merging them together. And there was one more he mentioned. So this,
the one more is Moneybag Jay Styles at $5.
Oh shit, Jay Styles! Happy birthday, Jay Styles!
Happy birthday. That's what I was going to say.
No. You sing it like the Goofy song. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
I'm a trained vocalist. Did you? I don't know if I've mentioned that.
No, not in. No.
I trained with one of the choir singers that you can hear in the new Star Wars films.
Why didn't God just make you a good singer?
He did.
Thank you, Carlos, for the super chat. Save your Tylenol, Jaffe. We know how many you take. I take 2 extra strength. JSD, thank you very much for the gifted memberships. You know we appreciate it. 5 gifted members. Robbo, Real Boss Moss, Kelly, Burrito, Massacre. And someone else got one, but I don't see it. AJ Burris, thank you guys so much for supporting the show. It means a great deal. And then, of course, happy birthday, says JSD. Okay.
Jaffe, I want to say one more thing before I head out, because I've overstayed.
Okay.
And I don't want to bore the chat, but I do want to say this: how much more fun is it, chat, when Jaffe has someone that can counteract this?
I don't know if you're
instead of just having him sit here and get angry and rant at you, and then Bunny sits there uncomfortably, and then Tech goes, "Hey, someone from the chat!" Right?
By the way, I'd like to say again, but I get it, because you want to take away women's rights to vote, Ember. Bunny, 100%. If I was Bunny, I would fucking get sick of being told I sit there uncomfortably. The goddamn woman, I just can't handle it anymore. the misogyny dripping off that fucking statement. And I don't care if Bunny cares or not. But it's like,
I care if Bunny cares.
She's a goddamn grown woman. She's smart. She's articulate. She'll speak when she fucking wants to speak.
Jaffe, I understand that you're a feminist. All I was saying is that I recognize that Bunny is not entirely interested in talking about this stuff.
I don't know if that's true. Bunny, would you like to offer your view?
Well, my thing is, I believe what I believe, and I've never really cared to discuss it with people. Like,
Bunny, are you Christian?
I believe in God. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I would consider myself a type of Christian.
Yeah, wait a minute, though, because Ember's is like, hell yeah, we got another one, boys. Put her up on the board. You've explained the kind of Christian you are. I don't think I don't think Ember would have you in his church.
I would have you in my church.
I think he would.
I would have everyone.
But you don't believe, talk about your view of God. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm saying it's not the idea that to say you believe in God means it doesn't mean the same thing to a lot of people. Could you explain it?
Yeah. I got Jesus in my heart, and that's why I say I am some type of Christian. I do believe, but I believe what I want to believe, and I know that there's a chance I could be wrong.
Right. That's all I care about is the difference between faith and knowing.
That.
Of course. Yeah. Of course.
Yeah, that's why I don't really, I've never cared to like talk with people about it, because I do feel like mine is I'm a little different than the average Christian, I feel like. But I do also believe that everyone is God. Like
right. That at least makes
this is where Amber's gonna be like, she lost me.
it's so look, I'm one of those people that is like a nerd about being Catholic. So I like read Thomas Aquinas and I'm constantly reading Apologia, right? Like from Trent Horn or Bishop Robert Barron, or people that write about the philosophy behind the Catholic Church as well as the Christian faith. And so the reason why I like to talk about these things, and I was, for the record, especially to chat, I was trying to get off the topic a second ago, but it's just that I think that you can take the philosophies, and these are hard philosophies, and you take them and you can apply them to real moral issues and then arrive at the truth as a result of them. So like I love debating people on abortion, for example, because I think that I can argue based on what I understand about philosophy from the Christian perspective and win every single time against like somebody that, for example, is very pro-abortion.
No one's pro-abortion. They're pro-choice.
Yeah. But that's pro-abortion.
No, it's not. But okay.
100%. If you tolerate it, you're for it. Dude, I would love to get into this.
You won that argument. I mean, look, just saying you won the argument doesn't mean you won the argument, okay? But all I can tell you is what Bunny says makes sense to me, which is it
doesn't impose on you.
Why should it impose on me?
Because I think that there's truth that
I don't care what you think. That's what I'm saying.
You don't care what I think.
No, what I'm saying is if you can offer evidence of it, then I will allow it possibly to impose on me. But I'm not going to have something impose on me because you've got some fucking faith that you can't prove. What do I care?
Well, I know you don't care.
Why would anyone care?
I do believe that there is a God is because I know that the universe leans into entropy. Everything ends up being chaos. But for everything to be so perfect here, I just feel like that's like Ember was saying, the chance of
That's easy to
everything
argue.
being exactly. I don't know. I just feel like with science, what we know about the universe and entropy.
I'm so glad you said that.
Thank you, Jay Styles, for the $20.
Whoa, thank you, Jay. Thanks, buddy. We appreciate that, Jay Styles. Thank you, buddy.
Bunny, so what that is something called the teleological argument. It's the argument for fine tuning. And that is considered even by atheists who debate, Christians all the time. Like you can go to the Cosmic Skeptic, you can go back and listen to Christopher Hitchens, Richard Dawkins. Every single one of them has cited the teleological argument as the most compelling argument for design. Now, there is still the logical leap to be like, okay, this universe, total chaos, nothing but death. Very strange that the physical constants of the universe are tuned just well enough to allow for our existence. That's pretty amazing. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm going to suddenly believe that the guy that was walking around who's named Yeshua, the King of the Jews, 2,000 years ago is God. So, and I can see why that is a hard leap to make. But it is, like you were saying, the universe leans into entropy, which is, I mean, that's a great way to put that. And it is pure chaos. And yet here we are. And so it's up to you to decide whether or not your life is a miracle. I think it is.
Your fallacy is, and yet here we are. The assumption, the assumption that you think, wait a minute, the assumption that you think that we have arrived at some level that's not chaos, that's because you've perceived it that way. You've learned to live your life that way. We've learned to build a society that way. This is also a society that is still very much filled with chaos, that has children dying of terrible diseases.
Society, talking about the base of being able to survive and thrive on Earth, not society and anything like that. Just the base level of we're living on Earth and everything. There are so many things that have to line up so perfectly for us to be able to thrive here.
Like what?
The physical constants of the universe.
Like, no, give me an example. Give me one. The distance from the sun.
Gravity.
Distance
from the sun.
Wait. So gravity, if gravity was a little off, there could be no life?
Correct.
That's not correct. That's ridiculous.
Okay.
If gravity was a little heavier or a little lighter on Earth, it's not like we wouldn't have survived. We would be different. They just said the other day that they may have found microbes on Mars. Mars has much lower gravity. I think it's lower than we have here on Earth. Well, how can that be?
Because I'm talking about the physical constants of the entire universe, the weak and the strong force, all of the things that define the DNA of the universe, of our reality.
No, you're talking about the settings. You're talking about the settings, I thought.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's the settings. Sure, we could use that word instead. Those things which are physically, right, they're constant among all things that exist within the universe. They are the laws of physics. Yeah. If they were different, then the universe would be
different.
It would not function.
It would function. It would just be different. There may very well be multiverses, according to theoretical physics, where time literally runs backwards.
Wait,
hang on a second. What?
Yeah, go ahead.
I haven't. Go ahead.
Funny, it is so great that you said that, by the way. I'm so glad you brought that up. But okay, so what I'm saying is that, well, first of all, we can go back and forth on the, well, it could have been this and it would be different. It's not. So we have to deal with the fact that it is what it is, which is the universe as it is now.
Yes, but if we deal with, I can't do it. Here's the problem.
I know. I don't want to go back.
Yeah, we're never going to agree on this. I'm sorry. We're absolutely never going to agree on this. I think all I can agree with is you have a right to your beliefs. I really hope, just like I have a right to mine, just like I have a right to things that you think are absurd and stupid, you do as well. But the reason I was so pissed off about the quote memorial this week is when it becomes politicized and they're trying to basically make it what everyone's life needs to be. That, and more importantly, or not more, but as importantly, when the 1% that you don't seem to believe in are using that to basically manipulate tens of millions of people to get them to vote a certain way by a guy who probably has been to church 5 times in his whole fucking life, who can't quote a goddamn Bible passage. That's what really has me upset. But you can believe what you want.
Okay, can I say one thing real quick? So you just did something that you accused me of doing a lot earlier, which is that you made an assumption about me. You said you don't the 1% you don't seem to believe in, which I think is the.
You told me that was Gen X slop when I said it. The elites.
Yes, I said that. I think you may have misinterpreted what I'm saying. Is that I think that the Gen X people and a lot of people that are older than Gen X have this tendency to blame societal ills on this amorphous the 1%.
It's not amorphous.
Okay, so obviously it exists. But you say this a lot. It's like, oh, they're just trying to get us to fight. It's the elites. They're manipulating us.
Yes.
I think that it's an easy way to cop out of having to really examine a problem and maybe even hold oneself accountable for it.
Okay,
obviously,
if we were on a college campus or something, maybe. But when you are Elon Musk and you control X and you allow certain bots and you allow certain trolls and you literally tweet out that the emissary of peace was assassinated by the left, which he tweeted out the other day. He said they, but we know who he was talking about. Ultimately, that is one of the 1%. He is the richest man on the planet, putting his thumb on the scale to manipulate us to fight so he makes more money with his little social media experiment. It's not amorphous.
It doesn't occur to you that they could be earnest in what they're doing?
No.
Right. So
Here's how I know that. Because you don't get to be one of the richest people walking on the planet by following actual Christian morality doctrine. You build your wealth and your empire on the backs of a lot of other people that suffer. You build your wealth on other countries that make stuff for you dirt cheap, that suffer, so you can go off and become rich and have your Aston Martin. That's how I know that they're not genuine. Go ask Musk, what's your favorite Bible verse? Quote it. He might know because he's autistic, but Trump certainly couldn't do it when he was asked.
Okay, so that's how I know, right? So there's you again doing the thing that you accuse me of, is that you don't know, truly. You haven't spoken to these men and you don't know their hearts. Now it's true that
they have offered their hearts on display as public figures, and I have judged them as we are all wont to do when they offer it up.
Yeah, I think you're extrapolating. I don't think that's evidence, and I think that even you can understand how that's not evidence. That's
you think Donald Trump is a true Christian and a good man?
I don't think so. No.
Okay, well, there's one.
Okay, but the 1% is much bigger than that, right? There are a lot more people that are the 1%. Now, I completely agree with you that income inequality is out of control. I'm Catholic, right? I'm not a Republican. I'm not a conservative. I don't think that it's okay that there are people who are working hard in the middle class that can't own a home. I think it is a moral and good thing for people to be able to own a home and have a family. I think that the nation should be directed in such a way to encourage as many people to have families as possible. And obviously one of the primary components of that is owning homes. So while BlackRock is buying up single family properties and
renting them out,
selling land to China and so on and so forth. Yeah, for sure. I think that all of that's bad. And there are very wealthy actors who are contributing to
AKA the 1%.
Now, but the thing is that you to constantly go back to, like, there's this elite cabal of 1%ers.
I didn't say there was an elite cabal. I'm not saying New World Order. I'm not talking about Alex Jones shit.
You make it sound like that. He's describing what you're saying.
I didn't say elite cabal. That
is not the words you use.
He just saying elite cabal paints the picture of a bunch of Jews and the Rothschilds sitting in a mountain cave.
In your generation, yes, not in our generation. Cabal means a group of fucking old fucking white guys that have a lot of money. Sit in the fucking room, looking at stocks.
People pulling the strings is
right. So, but you are suggesting, they're pulling the strings, they're trying to divide us so that they can make more money. I do think that is a reductive conclusion to make about the intentions of people whose hearts you cannot know and who very well could be earnest in what they believe. I think that it could be that Elon Musk, who I think based on the evidence that we have, right, we can assume maybe that he was quite moved by the assassination of Charlie Kirk. You can see he's very upset while he's there. Now you could say, it's all a show, it's a play, they're playing you. You can say that, sure, but we only have what we have in front of us to work with. And it very well could be that Elon believes in his heart of hearts, in spite of the money he's made or how he's made it, that the country should take a different direction than what you would like to see it as, and he's going to use his means to move it in that direction because he believes that it's right and true and just. So I don't think that it's always prudent to look at the societal ills and be like, the 1% and the billionaires, they're manipulating us, they're playing you. It's like, I think that's a bit of a cop-out.
Okay, well, I think it's a cop-out to go right after Elon Musk was fired from Doge. He started a new political party. He accused Trump of doing all kinds of awful things in the Oval Office, including being a drug addict. But suddenly, that's all changed now, and he wants to be back in this guy's good graces. Okay, I think once they can explain that, once Tim Cook, once Bob Iger, once all these rich, very powerful people can explain why their actions on one day no longer mirror their same actions when it comes to the presidency on another day, then maybe you have a pot to piss in. Until then, I'm going to judge them based on their actions. And
I think that we're talking about two fundamentally different things, because you're bringing up these specific examples. And I agree. I think it is very strange that Elon Musk called Trump a pedophile and is now willing to sit
pedophile,
beside him.
Right. Sorry, he was the drug addict. Right, yeah.
I think that it's strange that he did that, for sure. And we can evaluate that and make a judgment based on that and so on and so forth. But I think that we are talking about two fundamentally different things, because you always go back to these specific examples. Pete Hegseth said this and so and so, and the head of the FCC said this and this and this. I'm talking about a principle.
I'm talking about people doing real things. I know that principle and magical thinking and stuff is your purview, but I like to go by, facts and evidence, and they've shown us.
Talk about principles is because they frame our ability to think critically. Would you disagree with that?
I don't know. It depends what you're talking about. There's lots of principles that don't allow us to think critically. Oh my God, Alex, shut up. You are literally supposed to be in the goddamn seminary, motherfucker. You say you're trained to be a priest. Jesus fucking Christ. Can we not every now and then have a discussion? I'm sorry it makes you uncomfortable.
I love this.
I mean, Jesus. Can we not fucking have... Oh, no, you said Jesus. You must believe in Jesus. I'm just like, can we not from time... we talk about UFOs. We talk about aliens. We talk about Bigfoot. We talk about video games. We talk about movies. We open this talking about Jimmy Kimmel. Hell, there may be a goddamn rapture tomorrow. From what's the outcome? It's just fun, man. It's fun to discuss and debate and roll ideas around. That's what's fun, to have a mind at work. Okay? That's the fun of it, man. I don't understand. What do you just want to be a goddamn empty-headed motherfucker and just like, I want pretty things on my screen. Sometimes open your mind, talk a little bit, debate a little bit.
I think it's super fun to be able to talk about things, especially when things get a little heated. It's been, I have the unique ability to be able to walk away from a lot of these conversations. And as you would imagine, Jaffe being somebody that was born and raised in Southern California, nobody I know thinks like I do. So I usually have to have these conversations quite a lot. But I find it very enjoyable to just be able to go back and forth.
I enjoy it. I enjoy it.
It's super fun. But okay, look, I meant to leave like 15 minutes ago. I've totally hijacked your show. I apologize.
You've not hijacked my show, but I appreciate your ego is as healthy as it's ever been.
But yeah, I'll excuse myself here. Thank you guys for having me.
All right, Ember. We'll see you, buddy. Thanks, man.
Have a good night.
Darth Nugget, we do love Alex. I'm not knocking Alex. I'm just saying the motherfucker is going to seminary school. He says he is. And I believed him, by the way. He said, maybe I'm a moron, but I believed him. And the fact that he doesn't want us to talk religion is a little disturbing to me. That's all I'm saying. Fucking all I'm saying.
It's like I get enough of this during the day.
But I do like what you said, Bunny, which is you distinguish between what you believe and what you know. And even I think I believe, like I have a sense that there is absolutely something, quote, more, right? I've thought that since I was a kid. I've had events occur in my life that seem to be reflective of something happening outside, behind the curtain. That I believe, but I don't know. And I also don't know if it is real and my belief is correct. I don't know if that is a God in the Bible or one of the many thousands of gods that came before from different civilizations. I don't know if that's DMT machine elves. I don't know if we're in a simulation. I don't know if it's not all the same thing. And that's what I appreciate. If somebody says, I believe this, but I don't know, then I go, oh, you're being honest. Because Embers doesn't have the skinny on the truth. He doesn't know either. He believes, and that's great. But
yeah, but see, a lot of Christians would probably argue that like my faith isn't as strong as theirs, but
your faith isn't.
In my heart, I feel
well,
like
your
just
belief
as strong.
is your
my
faith belief is that okay? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. But I don't have that. I mean, I do have blind faith. That's why I believe it.
But you don't know.
But that's what I acknowledge, that it is blind faith. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, there's that conversation. How was that? Did we like one's in the chat if you enjoyed that conversation? Two's in the chat if you did not enjoy the conversation. Just so we can kind of know for future reference. More importantly, so Tech can know for future reference. I will say this though. I will say this. What was really interesting to me is, and at first I was going to attribute it to you guys, but I think it was my ex told me this on a walk the other night. Somebody told me that whenever Republicans come to town, Grindr gets hit bad, right? Like conventions and stuff like Grindr. And again, Grindr lit up like a Christmas tree in Arizona during the Charlie Kirk thing. And Grindr, if you don't know, is the gay Tinder, right? Or I guess Tinder has gay, but it's like primarily gay people.
I think they use it's more like a hookup app.
Okay.
I think, from what I've heard. Yeah.
And yeah, like Frank says, it always spikes. And again, I mean, and this is maybe one of the reasons that
It's interesting.
it's not, well, it's telling. It's like, this is in, and it's also, if you look at Pornhub, it's grinding Eddie in RPG games. When you look at Pornhub, every year, the vast majority of some of these taboo things do really well in conservative places, in terms of categories and stuff. And that's maybe one of the reasons, maybe I would be a little less harsh on religion if en masse they didn't seem so goddamn hypocritical, right? I mean, it's like, well, it's crazy. Oh, I'm going to Arizona, honey. Going for the funeral, going for the memorial. Then you fucking hook up with somebody in the goddamn Motel 6, some dude, anyone, if you're married, if you're not an open relationship. Frank says I use Grindr for my taxes. I was using it for coffee, but I didn't know. Quick question, says JSD. Thanks, buddy. When is Becky coming on? And then also next Friday, can I get a shotgun, a beer with Tech? Becky's can come on whenever she wants. I know she had a tooth issue recently. Hopefully we'll get her on soon. And then I think Tech, is it a week from this Friday? We're going to be on that other podcast. I don't know if we've announced it yet. So,
not next Friday. It'll be the 3rd of October.
Okay. Bunny, have we talked to you about this? We've talked to you about this.
What?
About needing makeup for that show that we're going to go on, and they might come over to our show.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Just let me know the date.
Oh, yeah. Okay, but I thought that was interesting that they did get a bit of a crash when it came to growing, because, that's how it goes.
Yeah.
But everybody's full of shit. Both sides are full of shit. They all want to manipulate you. Here's a good example. I'll give you some ammo, not ammo. Don't say that, Jaffe. I'll give you some arguing against the left here, because I saw this, and this is only partially true. This is the FCC guy who pushed to get Kimmel out. And the post says, FCC Chair Brennan Carr sports a gold Trump head lapel pin. Members of his cabinet, along with congressional people and senators, are instructed to wear their tributes to their inglorious convicted felon leader. So they aren't being instructed. So this is real. This is not bullshit. This is a pin he wore, a gold pin of Donald Trump's fucking head. These people are out of their goddamn... I don't understand. If you're a Christian, the Bible's the New Testament, but don't they also care about the 10 Commandments from the Old Testament? Right? Aren't you supposed to not have other gods before God, and sacred cows and golden calves? Who? Don't tell me this man is a goddamn authentic Christian. But regardless, though, this is not true. What's true is this is a pin. He did wear it. The White House says, no, they're not forced to wear it, but if they want to show support, they can wear it, is the official word. Okay, so the left lies too, just like the right. Listen to this lady. I mean, this is some shit. Have you seen this? Oh.
I didn't see
This woman's 6-year-old son expressed conservative values. The teacher created a certificate for him to say most likely to become a dictator, and presented it to him in front of his whole class while classmates called him a Nazi file. Okay, well, this is not really true. It turns out that she has 2 sons. The 6-year-old had an issue sitting next to her friend on the bus because the friend's mom didn't want her dealing with her kid. Totally normal. The high school kid, in kind of like a debate discussion class, was indeed given that certificate. It sounds like it was done as more of a, high school kids. It's like, you're going to be a fucking dictator, most likely to fucking commit genocide, right? It was, but it was presented to the world as, look at the indoctrination of our children, right? It's the same fucking shit. Both sides. It's disturbing. It's disturbing. What else do we got tonight, Bunny? Look at this now. I'll tell you something. These conjoined sisters, conjoined twins, open up on obsession with sex on the anniversary of one of the pair and the other sister's love for the brother-in-law. Here they are right here. This one's asexual, the one on the right. And Carmen over here on the left, she is a healthy, active, not that asexual is not healthy, but she's a normative sexual person, however you describe it. And so she has sex with this guy. And what they say is they really wish people, and I get it, they're normal people that are living their lives. They are on social media, you know, but it's like, I get that you don't want invasive questions about your sex life, but somebody has to fucking answer this question. It doesn't have to be them. It really doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be them. But like, do they don't share they share a vagina. Mm-hmm. Okay. So are they both, maybe she wouldn't be asexual if this guy was worth a damn in bed. I don't fucking know. I mean,
that's what I was going to say. 'Cause I do think they would both feel it. If they both have.
Right, and it's not like she can sit there and be reading. Like, even if they put like a blanket between them, and she's just trying to read, you know, a fucking
blanket over her head.
She's trying to read like a cozy murder mystery, but she's just, you know, she can't fuck, you know. And I hate to say it like this because this has got to be a challenging life. Good for them, but don't shame me for having these very normal questions. Right? I mean, this is
what could you even do while they're doing it? There are no activities.
Maybe she takes like an Ambien.
Oh, I could color. No.
She could take a sleeping pill. It's like, okay, I'm taking my Ambien. It takes 30 minutes to kick in. You guys have an hour for the foreplay, 3 hours for the sex. Probably won't take that long. But I'm waking up at, 11 tonight. You guys better be done, and it better be clean because I don't want to see that shit. I'm not even fucking with you. I don't know how it works. Yeah, she can direct. Robert says she can direct them in lovemaking. It's like, nope. Yeah, she's like the coach, the football coach on the sideline. She's like, run play 14. He's like, 14? Fuck, man. I got to get up early. You run play 14, motherfucker. Yeah, she has to feel it too. Yeah, RPG says she probably watches this show. Can you imagine?
She probably does. Yeah.
I've seen a conjoined sister, says Eric, where one would puff the cigarette, the other would blow it. Yeah, I don't know. He picked the right one, though. The left chick is more attractive, says Darth Nugget. That's not, sure, probably true. I would agree. It's subjective. I don't think it's two holes, Anna, but even if
she was probably like the first formation. I don't know how you'd word that.
But even if it was two vaginas.
She coached longer. She was allowed to bake.
That's what I'm thinking. Because, I have really good friends in high school that were twins, and one of them did look like he had less nutrients than the other. Like, you could just tell which one was probably
conjoined twins?
No, not conjoined twins. They were just twins. But I'm saying you could tell which one, like, got more nutrients or whatever.
Wouldn't it be crazy?
They were, like, first.
Wouldn't it be crazy if it turned out that he was conjoined as well, but his conjoined twin was Ember's Arcade? And so while they're having sex, Embers is just yelling at her and telling her just how wrong she is about everything. That would be fun.
Oh.
That would be fun.
That should be a movie.
That should be a movie, yeah. What else do we got? People need to leave tigers alone. This guy's dead. Oh. He's linked to Joe Exotic. When that whole thing went down, a bunch of the tigers, not the one that killed Tiger Joe, whatever the fuck his name was, went to his place, and this weekend he was petting the tiger and doing a show in front of his little daughter, and they say that the tiger just went up to give him a love bite, maybe, and it bit him there and it just ripped it all out, and he bled out and he died right there. And it's like, okay, him, the tiger guy, the Tiger King guy, the Siegfried and Roy guy. It's just like, not Roy.
Yeah,
it's like, I get it. And it's great to rescue animals, do that. But you guys got to stop this shit. They're fucking tigers, man. What's the matter with you?
They're not a key cat.
No, I get they're cute. They're super cute. But in fact, it says, Anna says unpredictable. And it actually says, he raised this one from a cub. It was one of his best. It took a love bite. It happened to catch the wrong spot. And this guy says it was almost an act of God. Here we go with the God again. Really? The act of God may be making this guy incredibly stupid. Yeah, so he's dead now. God, we just have to stop. We just have to leave, rescue them, treat them nicely, give them a home.
I would die trying to love one, though. Like, I get it. Like, if this guy wasn't abusing it or nothing.
Well, there is a little theory that he may have sometimes used a whip on it to get down from a pedestal.
Then yeah, like, don't hit.
I don't know. They're fucking animals. Leave them alone. I don't know. What else do we got?
They want me to cuddle them. I see it in their eyes.
You think they do? Mm-hmm. Did you ever see that documentary about Britney Spears? You know, the Free Britney movement?
Yeah.
And I watched it on Hulu, and everybody was like, yay, she's been emancipated, blah, 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 blah. Maybe her dad was right, man.
I know, now we're kind of like, oops.
I mean, oops, I did it again. Britney Spears is home alone, fragile, refusing help. Can anybody get through to her? And all of us, including me, I watched the documentary, and I was like, yeah, that's awesome. Fuck her dad. He's trying to take her money. I don't know. She's out of her goddamn mind. Somebody needs to fucking help her.
Poor gal.
Poor gal.
They did that to her.
It wouldn't surprise me. Now, I was a great dad. I'm still a great dad. And you all have to have seen this clip. Have you seen this clip, Bunny? But I wish I would have done this. I wish I would have thought to do this when my kids were young. But I didn't. And this is a classic clip. You have to have seen it, but it's brilliant. And I want to play it. It just came across my timeline. It says my daughter is upstairs playing with the Ouija board with her friend. So here's what the dad does. Isn't that the best? I mean, come on. That is the best dad thing ever. I have Tech, if you ever have kids with my daughter, you have to let me do that.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
And then just never tell them.
I love that the screams go on and off. Isn't that brilliant?
It's so good.
Oh, I could watch that for days. It's just so fantastic. Okay, what else do we got? Okay, you know the boogosphere, that fucking thing we've talked about? I don't really understand this. Now, Embers maybe should call back in because he seems to know everything, but I always thought carbon dating had to be on an organic thing. But apparently, there was a resin sample that got dated to 12,560 years ago. So I don't. There's no way this is true. There's no fucking way. If this were true, I don't think. I don't.
We should all be talking about it.
Right. We would have all heard about it by now. So yeah.
Carbon dating works off of determining the age of organic materials based on the decay of carbon inside of them. The carbon isotope, I think, is like carbon C14 or some shit, which should match all things on the planet or whatever the fuck. But like, if it came from space, how the fuck do you carbon date it for Earth carbon?
Don't know. I don't know. So we'll see. Okay, now here's the deal. Do we want to go a little longer and shoot the shit and talk to the chat? Do we want people calling on Discord? If we do, I'm also debating if I'm going to play Silent Hill F tonight at 9 o'clock because I have the advanced copy. It's gotten some great reviews, Bunny. I know you'll be excited to hear it sitting at an 86 on Metacritic. An 86, Bunny.
You know, I thought it'd be a little higher.
Well, I understand. But so we might play that. But Tech, what do you want to do? Do we want to set any goals for tonight? Do we want to wrap up the show? We want to see if the audience wants to go longer. In the meantime, Rocker Matt says, Jaffe, what about Tylenol being a cause of autism? This is the problem when your government lies consistently. Is you know they throw and this is a Karl Rove design thing back when he was running the campaign of Bush. You lie that much and you don't know what to believe. I don't think they've done a good enough job proving RFK Jr. is the right guy to be running that department. When you throw in the fact that the FBI guy was a podcaster and the head of the Secretary of Defense, Secretary of War, is a goddamn Fox News anchor, apologies for going, I don't know if I should trust these guys. This, by the way, I thought was horseshit. It turns out it's not horseshit. Oh, that's for K-Nubs. I have to save that. This, I was like, this has to be bullshit. This is real. Kash Patel wrote a book. Would you like to hear about it?
Yeah.
Yes, here you go. Oh, you can't see it. No one can see it. Hang on.
No, I can't see.
I mean, this is why I absolutely do not believe any of this shit, any of these people. This is a real book that was written by the head of the FBI. Here you go. He seems very trustworthy.
Okay, you cannot make this stuff up. Apparently, the FBI director, Kash Patel, had written a trilogy of children's book. It's called The Plot Against the King, in which he portrayed himself as Cash the Knight. There's Donald Trump, called the King Donald. There's Hillary Clinton, called Evil Hillary Queentown. Basically, Cash the Knight helps King Donald to kick out Hillary Queentown. You can't be serious. After that is achieved, he helps King Donald to steal the election from Sleepy Joe. Oh my god. But wait, there's a dragon called the DOJ. But it's not called the Department of Justice. It's called the Dragon of Jalapenos. Okay, what is happening? I thought Valhalla was the beginning, but no. This guy lives in fantasy world forever. There is Valhalla, there is We'll Keep the Watch from Game of Thrones, I believe, and a trilogy of children's book. Oh my god.
So, and I was like, okay, and I was like, this can't be real. It's absolutely real. You can buy it off Amazon. There he is holding it. You can go right now and buy it off Amazon. I understand it's an allegory, Zeke. I'm not saying the man doesn't have a right to write a book. But, I mean, let's just question the motivation for a moment, right? It's one thing to write a book. It's one thing to write a book that's an allegory for your conservative values. But to write a book about the guy you work for and he's the king and he's the savior and the people he hates are the enemies and the dragons. You can look, just go look it up. I guarantee you this is real. I don't want to show Amazon because
kids hate this.
Of course, and kids are, look.
I just have a feeling.
I used to buy picture books for my kids all the time when they were really young. This is too many words. It's too many goddamn words. It's like one paragraph.
That's what I was looking.
It's like, you know, mama pajama llama, put me to bed, mama. That's a page. Turn the page. You know, they don't want to sit there for a goddamn, you know, that kind of shit.
This is a bunch of Republican parents force reading this to their toddler.
I mean, yeah. So you know,
this picture and that makes me laugh a lot. That is pretty funny. But like
it's terrifying. I mean, he has a right. I support his right. I'm just saying that, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, the fact
kids don't. They weren't asking for that.
No. Well, he probably didn't sell that many copies. Put incompetent people in charge so you can do what you want with no checks and balances. Right. Well, and that's what I think it is. Of course. Talk about the Nazi get together for Charlie. They said it was a memorial. Oh, we already covered that, baby. We talked about that. You know. Ooh. I mean, even the Republicans. Anecdotally are saying, from Bunny's friend circle are saying, this was goofy. Like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Whether you like Charlie Kirk's messaging or not. So, all right, Tech, what are we doing? Are we going later? Are we wrapping up? Playing a game? What's happening tonight?
It's up to you. You said you were going to vibe out how you felt about doing anything after the stream.
Well, it depends when the stream ends. I mean, I'm more than happy to extend the stream if the chat wants to, if we can get some donations rolling in. This show, if you don't know, survives and thrives by your donations with super chats. It survives by memberships, gift memberships. If you don't have any money, don't even worry about it. It's tough out there. But if you have the means and you like this show and you like this channel, then we would love for you to donate to support us. That would be fantastic. Whether or not we make a goal to extend or... Because I'm debating if I'm going to play Silent Hill F on my own and then tomorrow get up and do like a first impressions video. Because That seems to me like the kind of game you want to lose yourself in, but I don't know. I don't know. Kim says that's a dope book. Well, the guy was on dope when he wrote it. I love my sense of humor. All right. Tech, I don't know. I can't make the decision. You produce. I'm tired.
Do you want me to choose for you whether or not you stream again?
I want you to choose when we wrap this up and if we do Silent Hill F tonight or I just play it and do a video tomorrow about my first impressions the first 2 or 3 hours.
It would be nice if you were to stream it.
Wouldn't it be nice if we were
If you stream it, that'd be
older?
great. If you have the energy, you seem tired. If you need the sleep, take the sleep so you can get up in the morning and do it early morning live.
Okay, I'll think about it. What do you want to do on this stream?
We're already at the 2-hour mark.
Yeah.
And we had a lot of material for Charlie Kirk stuff to talk about, but we spent 47 minutes with Ember's Arcade, which it wasn't awful.
No, well, I was waiting for you to play that
No,
sound.
it was very
You didn't play that
entertaining.
sound.
No, people were into it. We had a lot of
Yeah.
Did we ask
So.
Bunny what she wants to do? Again, she's not a moron. I assume she'll,
I'm down with whatever they decide.
Yeah, gee.
Sleepy Bunny? Bunny, you sleepy?
I'm good.
Oh,
I'm down
she's
for if
good.
y'all want to keep going. I can keep going.
I want to
Y'all are
keep going
done.
only for making money. I hate to be a capitalist swine. I hate to be one of the 1%, but I want to make because otherwise I can get some sleep and play some Silent Hill tonight or tomorrow. But if you guys want to talk, let's do it. Otherwise, let's wrap the show. Let's wrap the show up, boys. Let's give it 5 more minutes. We'll see what happens. Okay.
All right, I'm gonna go pee then.
Okay. I love that for you.
Okay.
I'm eating peanuts, by the way. Where did Bunny get the dress? It's quite fetching, says Ivan.
It's a romper.
Off your mother's corpse. Boom!
I can't.
Did you guys hear what I told
I think
Ivan?
I got it. I don't know. I get a lot of stuff from a lot of little local boutiques. I may have gotten it.
Do you just sashay in there and they're like, here she comes? Are you like the crazy lady? They're like, here comes that crazy bunny? Or how does the town where you live, how do they perceive you?
I'm a little sweetheart.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Let's
I'm
pretend
always
I
sweet.
run a dress shop. The bell goes
Okay.
off. The bell goes off.
Ding, ding.
Well, hello there, Bunny. How you doing today, sweetheart?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing really, really good. I'm thinking about assassinating some people.
Oh, you ought not to do that.
How come? I'm mad about Cracker Barrel. What do I do?
Oh. I understand. Never mind.
Will you-
I
will
digress.
you
What's
help-
the plan?
You gonna help me?
Maybe.
JSD, how the fuck do I get a tombstone like Canty? It's very easy, sir. All you got to do, it's $500 per month. Here's the deal, though. There's a lot you get with that, JSD. First off, you really do help us out and support the shit out of us, which we love and we need. Number 2, you get a very own gravestone in front of the Madhouse, as long as you're a member. You can design it. You can tell us what you want on top. A little topper, a little shape, whatever you want to put on the stone. And then every show, Candy hasn't taken us up on this, but every show we'll give you 30 seconds, a minute to we'll pitch something for you. If you got something you want to sell, if you got messages you want to get out there, if you want to promote your website, if you want to promote your YouTube channel, whatever you're into. It's expensive.
Tell somebody happy birthday.
Yeah, tell somebody. It's expensive. I ain't going to lie. But, some people out there, they got the ducats and they like the show, and we'll take your goddamn money and we'll make you a goddamn big fan. We'll shout you out every episode. We'd love it. We'd love to have you, sir. But that's how. Jaffe, you're going to try Twitch. Ember's actually brought up an interesting point about some of the we're trying to work with the algorithm. We haven't done a very good job working with the algorithm yet. So it may be that some of these like long game streams and stuff that might actually be better over on Twitch, but we're not sure. Yeah, and we'd love you to join on Patreon instead of YouTube, but you can join on either. It might be beneficial to simulcast. We've tried it before. It hasn't really helped us much streaming over there, but I might. We'll see. Maybe Rocker Matt. Maybe. Okay, yeah, peanuts are good. What's your favorite nut? Shut up, Bunny. What's your favorite nut, Bunny?
I love hazelnut.
Okay.
Big fan of hazelnut. Like almond.
Listen to this. Williams Sonoma. You know the store?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You know they have peppermint bark at the holidays?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I love their peppermint bark. But you know what they make now? Pistachio bark. And they make pecan bark.
I bet that's good.
$47, but I'm going to get some. 47, because it's, amazing.
You said pecan.
Pecan. I did. Pecan. They have pecan.
Pecan.
In college, I used to put on a robe and a chicken mask and dangle keys, and we were on the third floor of this apartment called the Century Apartments at USC. And I would go out there and I would do what I called third story theater. And as people were walking to class, I would just go, I really would. And it was called third story theater. It was delightful.
Great.
Jaffe, how much to have another live stream outside of you and Bunny? We love the hotel moment. Well, Bunny's in North Carolina, so I would love to see Bunny more often in real life and do streams like that with her. Absolutely. But we got to kind of be in the same place, baby.
Important.
Did you say Bork?
I said that's important.
Oh. Somebody's waiting in the Discord? Is he?
Frank Blasey.
Bring that old
Yeah.
so-and-so in here.
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Blasey.
Hey there.
I don't see him.
There. He's muted. Well, you have the...
All right, I'm muted.
There
Hi.
we go. What's up, Frank?
Not much. Can you see me?
Nope.
Nope.
Up now again.
Yep.
There he is. Hello, Franklin.
Hello.
What's going
I
on?
can't see myself.
I can see you.
Hey, look. Not much. Just got back from work, and now I'm outside.
Oh, you're back in San Diego.
Of course, I live here.
I know, but I forgot you were that guy. San Diego, but here's what I'll say about San Diego. A lot of these shops are closing down there, man.
Yeah, a lot of them are.
What's going on?
I know there was a 7-Eleven in the corner. That's closed down.
Well, the
CVS is closed down.
Yeah, and all those restaurants on that side, like where you are, and then we used to be in the Bartlett Jones building there. All of those fucking restaurants on the Wyatt Earp building, the casino building, with the eagles on top. Oh, he's gone.
No, I'm here. I just can't see myself, which is annoying me.
Yeah, all those restaurants closed down. Is it just the economy is bad, or is it never came back from COVID?
Did you see a video that leaked on didn't leak. It was posted on Reddit of that owner of a restaurant that knocked over the hot dog cart on 5th, and he was like, "This is your fault."
I did see that. I didn't understand the context though.
I think he was going bankrupt. He had to close the restaurant down or sell it, and he just got mad at some random hot dog cart. They were like selling hot dogs like outside of his establishment.
Yeah, the hot dog cart destroyed your business, dude.
Yes, yeah. That's the reason why they closed down.
There used to be a Coyote Ugly right across the street from our office. I only went there. I went there a couple of times. It wasn't as raunchy as they advertised. It's like going to the
It wasn't like the movie?
No, just like I've been to the Playboy Mansion a few times back when it was the Playboy Mansion, and you'd think it would be like, oh my God. And it was like, It was very
It's a business.
very much like going to Hard Rock and going, this is like rock and roll. It's like, no, it's the Hard Rock. It's like,
Well, I'm walking around right now. I don't think you can see me, but if you want to, I can walk down 5th right now. We can see what's up.
is 5th where we were?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, go to our...
definitely when you live streams.
Yeah, it was 5th.
Yeah, go to 5th. That's a beautiful building. Goddamn gorgeous building.
Yeah. I'm on 5th right now.
Okay, so...
I don't know if you can see what's...
Oh, is that the what's it called? The Black Crow, the Thirsty Crow? Oh, right.
Oh, no, that's
the Tipsy Crow. The Tipsy Crow, and then turn to your left.
You want to look that way?
Yeah, but show it. The camera needs to look over where you're looking.
Well, the problem is I don't know why I can't see myself.
Yeah,
that's my app.
Don't worry, you look great.
It's Discord, yeah.
It's Discord.
Yeah,
I thought maybe if I cycled
cycle
in.
it? No.
Yeah, I'll just cycle it. No, nothing.
No.
Just take the camera and turn
we
it
see
with
you
your
though.
hand.
We see you. Just
Like this?
Yeah. Okay. There it is. There's Bartlett Jones right there. That's our building. So that's an
right.
exotic car dealership. And then if you look to the right, that building,
Bartlett Jones.
we had that whole first floor, second floor, whatever it was.
Oh, how cool.
Yeah. See
with the towers
with the
on it.
towers on top. It was. I mean.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and you know,
like with the hotel, Saint Hotel, whatever it's called, the St. James Hotel.
no, I don't think it's part of the St. James.
No, but it's behind it.
Yeah, that
Or
was.
it's in front of it.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, beautiful fucking building. And I'll tell you, everything except us making it. The one thing I should have done, and I never. It's not like I pushed back on this, but I never thought to do it. Is I really should have hired a game designer. I am a game designer, but I had never made a shooter.
I heard that about you.
Yeah, and so I really should have known enough to go, this can be my design, my IP, all the stuff I can bring to it, but I'm not the right guy to be in the nuts and bolts and the weeds of tuning shotguns and this and that and the other for an on-foot shooter.
Drawn to Death with a competitive shooter. Am I wrong?
Yeah, no, it was.
Okay. So you did design a shooter.
I did, but I should have hired an experienced shooter designer to work with me.
Oh, got it.
Because
like someone who worked on like a Call of Duty or like a Battlefield or something like that.
Absolutely, because I didn't have the experience, and you don't know what you don't know, and so I was
a lot
just
of it's
like
weapon balancing.
A lot of it's weapon balancing and just the feel, and a lot of it also is, I expected gamers would be like I was, which is they were tired of dying so fast in competitive shooters. And so let's tune the time to kill. Turned out, no, they didn't want it. So, but you live, you learn. And in my case, you live, you learn, and then you throw all the stuff you learned away and start a different career. But them's are the breaks.
How long was the shelf life of Drawn to Death? How long did it last?
About a year.
A year?
Yeah.
And how many updates did you incorporate into that development cycle?
Well, the thing is, we were running a closed, open beta, whatever. It was very easy to get in.
I know it's free for PS Plus members.
Yeah, and so, we had that for a year. In the chat, Poop Guy says, shit, these days balance is figured out
there you go.
2 years after launch. Oh, yeah. But the problem is this is Sony when they were brand new, and so none of us knew some of these games take a long time once they go live to find themselves, and we got some runway, but it was only 6 months, and so, I'm not, I get it. None of us, they had never had a service-based success, but, so none of us knew what we were doing. But anyway, cool, man. It's good to see the old town.
Best tacos ever.
Yeah. I know.
If you're ever in San Diego, go there. The best fucking tacos.
I think we used to go there all the time.
Ever?
No, Tacos El Gordo started off in Las Vegas. I know the guy who started the
Is that true? I had no idea.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. He has a couple locations across California now,
okay. That's your friend. Oh, no, then I have not been to that one. I thought that was a different one.
It's new. And
it is the best tacos in, like, if you're downtown San Diego, it's by far the best.
They're amazing. Check them out.
They are amazing.
Cool.
I can concur.
Excellent. All right. Well, cool, man. Well, thank you for calling in. We appreciate it. Where are you walking to?
I'm just walking around. I live a block away from here, so I figured you were talking about Fifth Avenue, so I was like, all right, I'll walk over there.
What is crime? What is crime like? Do you feel safe down there?
100%. Yeah.
That's cool.
I can walk around with my wallet. I'm pinned to my bed, and I'll be fine.
Are they ever going to open Horton Plaza back, or that's gone? They're going to make it office buildings or something?
They kind of are. I can show you right now. But so they've opened up a little bit of it. So they closed down. There's a fountain up front that they closed down for a little bit, and they reopened that. And they're slowly opening up little parts of it. It seems like they're going to try to reopen it at some point.
Cool. Do you go to Comic-Con every year? Because it's only, 5 blocks away?
Well, I've only been living in San Diego for 2 years, but yes. Okay. So I went 2 years ago with my buddy, and we just kind of drank outside. Didn't really see much. And then last year, this following year, I figured out that you can just go to like the Hilton Hotel, and there's tons of free shit to do.
Oh yeah, there is.
Like you can watch movies, you can play like video games. There's like huge video game rooms. You just walk in and play like arcade games for free.
Yep.
And so I had no idea that was the case. I was like, all right, I'm doing that every year.
I like it, but man, the crowds weren't as bad this year though. So maybe it's starting to work itself out. But all right, Frank.
Well, like I said, I messaged you before. Now, like, if you want to do like the company I work for, Modern Times, we just bought a bar that's very close to Comic-Con. So if you want to do like a pre-show, a Q&A, or like a live show type of thing,
I would love to have that conversation with you guys. Cool. That would be very cool. Bunny, would you get on? Would you get on a plane for a Comic-Con like that?
I would get on a train.
That train, you'll be in there for a year. Get on it now.
You not fly, buddy?
No.
She's flown before.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't like flying?
Well, that, and also I still got to get a real ID, and I still cannot.
Oh, right. Yeah, that was a big thing. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
You don't have a real ID? You have like a state ID, or just like?
It's a long birth certificate
Yeah, I just
story.
have. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't exist.
You're off the grid?
Goddamn right.
I'm not real.
Damn it, I knew it. All right, Frank, thanks, buddy. We're going to let you go. We're going to wrap the show up. Good to see you as always, man. Thank you for calling.
All right, man. Cheers, man. Love you guys.
You too. Be safe.
All right.
There goes Franklin Blase. All right, well, there's the show, fellas. Let's wrap it up. Bunny, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm good. Good.
Alex
says, Jaffe, how come Colt Eastwood and Mag get 400 people in their stream and they only talk about games? I don't know, man. Because we must suck. There's the answer. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. We work just as hard. We have a much better show. Probably. Probably because...
I don't even know who those other guys are.
Yeah. It's probably because our show, it's more of an... Not that... I mean, I know Colt, but it's more of an honest show. We're not out there trying to tell you what you want to hear. We're out here telling you what you need to hear. Now, you may not like it. And right now, Ember's Arcade is probably sitting in the corner, rocking back and forth, eating ding-dongs, going, he destroyed every belief system I had. But he's going to wake up one day and go, I appreciate what Jaffe and Bunny and Tech did when they dismantled my whole religious view. And that's what you need. That's what you need.
That's what we did.
They haven't had an hour-long Israel conversation with Gaz. We've done that before. We've absolutely done that on this before. We had Mr. K, who was a Israeli soldier, and we had Gaz, who a guy lives in Europe, but he's a Muslim from, I don't know if he was born there or not, but yeah, no, it was great. Robbo's asking, do we still get a giveaway entry for being in the top 3, or was that just Friday, Robbo? Tech?
On the days we do the wheel, we'll be doing the top 10. But we didn't do the wheel today, so no top 10.
Okay, but let's do the top fans, though. We did that. Let's go. Here we go. Top fans of the show. Thank you guys for supporting very, very much. Left Control Gaming comes in at number 10. The ever confused but still so charming real Willie Farnsworth comes in at number 9. Within the Ashes, the mysterious person wearing cat ears and a sinister grin comes in at 8. Number 7, our good friend Juicy Booch. Number 6, the reality shadow, the real YouTube. I don't know. Laura, I don't know. I don't know how to say that name. I love him though. Thank you, buddy. Alien Bob Corn, number 5. Number 4, Robert O. Number 3, Roboters. Number 2, the birthday boy himself, good Sir Jay Styles. Thank you, buddy, for supporting the show.
Birthday.
Happy birthday, sir. And then Jackery D, who is JSD. Thank you, JSD. We sure do appreciate all the support.
Thank you.
All right, buddies. I am back maybe tonight. Oh, yeah, JSD, you should have let me know. Thank you for the super chat. He says, let me in next time with Embers. Absolutely. Thank you guys for the support. We will be back maybe tonight with a Silent Hill stream. If not, I'll do a stream or a video in the morning. And then, of course, we're back tomorrow with a non-political version of Madhouse. What that is, I don't know. Reach out to Tech, reach out to us on the Discord, and let us know the kind of topics you want us to cover. And maybe you will see your very own topic. Also, if you're watching, consider a membership, a super thanks in the comments, a super chat, subscribing, tell your friends.
And hype the video.
Hype the video. There's a little
Hype it.
function you can do that now. That helps us out a lot. We'd appreciate it. All right. That's the show. Tech, any final words?
Thank you.
Bunny.
Thank you.
Oh.
I love you. Good night.
Tara says there was a topic she sent in. Okay, we too late for tonight. We'll look at it. Let's look at. You remember it, Bunny? You have it?
Yeah, I do. It wouldn't fit in with what we were talking about.
Okay.
I think it deserves a lot more attention.
Let's bring it up tomorrow then, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a great topic.
All right. Bye, you guys. Bunny. Bunny.
Yeah.
Did you have the time of your life?
I had a pretty good time.
X.
And I guess it's 'cause
Thank you, B.